Singularity here. If we go to tiebreaker real quick, we will be seeing some more Spirit on Wrecker's Yard. But let's set that all aside. We are loading into our first match here. We've got Kenshi on the Singularity on Dead Dog Saloon. Very strong Singularity map. Lots of really, really good high spots to put up your biopods, including in like spots that you cannot, you can't EMP them. For instance, across the street from Maine. So survivors are going to have to be on their toes. They're going to have a lot of pre-prepping of these. EMPs, and we're gonna get our first chase here on LeMagic, and we're just gonna shove our goop pod on the back of them and keep moving on. Moving on, Rob.
Exactly, yeah. And you know, another really important thing that I want to mention is, Andrew, look at that build. This is a deadly build on Singularity. Having that sloppy butcher with a killer who will like delete resources and keep people injured very often. I mean, this kind of build right here keeps survivors like on their toes and off of gens. So I'm a huge fan of this build right here. It's going to do a lot of work, and Team Ariandel, the survivors of Team Ariandel, have a lot of work to do to make sure that this doesn't result in a massive loss for them. But at the same time, these are all experienced survivors, right? We see Hardwell taking a biopod slipstream and not following up with that at the moment, and just kind of setting up our biopods, trying to look for someone who's in the area. Kenshi making sure to pretty much check everywhere. These biopods really function. It's like a whole camera system, which is really, really useful.
I'm liking what Kenshi's doing here. We're setting up a few sort of proximity pods to say, okay, I want to protect this generator, I want to protect that generator, I need to have a pod here, I need to have a pod there. And then also you're seeing mid-chase, shoot a pod, tag somebody, delete the pod so that way you don't have to, you know, micromanage it later. Really good Singularities will do that a lot of the time. Interesting we didn't go for the vault there. With when we're in overclock mode, we have an extremely fast vault. We are chasing LeMagic, but really, this is another thing. Oh man, Rob, I love this. Something I really love about Singularity sets and playing against Singularity is you almost play like the buddy system. You've got LeMagic here in chase, gets tagged with a biopod, trying to keep distance on the killer, and what happens? Somebody runs over, EMPs the pod off of LeMagic, and continues the chase. That kind of teamwork, that kind of like, okay, I'm going to main, I need an EMP, boom, gotcha, done, gone, and then it really slows down the killer. Otherwise, you find yourself in trouble. I don't love the placement of this one pod. It's kind of stuck on that. It's weird. That one that keeps on seeing like it's stuck into like a log on the gallows. It's very strange. Balance landing for Swatter over to main.
Exactly. But the thing with Singularity is you can just teleport right up and catch up in a matter of moments. But yeah, like you mentioned, I am a huge fan of how Ariandel is playing around Singularity's whole power. They are taking EMPs to the survivors in chase and cleansing them immediately. Like, no time is wasted between generators and also getting survivors EMP'd. It's really impressive. This is the kind of teamwork you want to see on a set like Singularity, because the moment that this kind of coordination slips is when Singularity can snowball very, very heavy. Singularity is one of those kind of killers that can really snowball when mistakes are made.
Absolutely, it's really interesting. So it took over 3 minutes to get our first injury, but 3 minutes in, you'll see one gen just popped, right? It takes half of that time to pop a generator. You can see them, it looks like the Hardwell and LeMagic are doubled up on another generator, so you can see the survivors have done a really good job staying alive. Looks like we got a hit tank coming in here. iPick is going to take a hit and run away. Unfortunately, gets biopotted. It infected from Swatter there. It's spread to them. But as I said, you've got your second generators about to pop approximately like 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the match here. But that's because we've been having. Then there's our first down. I'm going to get the timer on that first down. You would normally see, I mean, if a down took that long, 3 minutes and 51 seconds, if it took you 4 minutes to get a down in a normal match, the gens are done and they're out the door. As things stand right now, it looks like they actually did have 3 gens done, but still, in 4 minutes, you could have all the generators done, but that's, the survivors are taking it slow, they're not letting the killer get anything for free, they're helping out their teammates, and they're getting the gens done, and as a result of that, they managed to get 3 generators done by the time of the first down, but they didn't leave anybody out to dry. That first down would have come in way faster if it hadn't been for that great teamwork by Ariandel.
Exactly, and also I just want to point out a lot of resources were not used in these first few chases. They were actually, you know, held pretty well. We weren't just dropping pallets left and right, so like there's not really any dead zones. And also another crazy thing is the average for Singularity is 1 minute and 37 seconds. So seeing a down come in at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. I mean, it just shows you how impressive the teamwork of Team Ariandel is. I mean, they've been doing this for a while. This is not their first team. This is not their first tournament. They've been doing this for quite some time, and they will be for the foreseeable future, I imagine. And I mean, they're also pretty close to the top here in the standings of Season X. So like, it just shows you impressive teamwork here and a really well done job so far in this overall match. Yeah, and now so Kenshi, not a whole lot of pressure on the map. He does have some biopods spread out. He does have some survivors slipstreamed, but not a whole lot other than that. Not very many resources are gone out of the match, and not too many injuries. We only have 1 injury on the board right now, Andrew.
Yeah, and that's also to say that they managed to get Swatter off hook and healed and safe. So when you're Kenshi right now, you're knowing, look, this isn't looking so good. I mean, yes, you have pretty good map presence being Singularity, but you don't have a lot. You don't have any sort of protectable 3-gen. You're not really sitting in a position where you're likely to 4K. So at this point, we need to start putting up some fresh hooks on the board. Important to note too, that hook came in before the 3rd generator popped, but it was not a pain res. I just noticed it wasn't a pain res. So really unfortunate. Probably a pain res placement, RNG placement. Unfortunately, I think we thought that they were closer than they were there. But we're gonna get a tag here on iPick. Yeah, so I think we need to get some fresh hooks. And we need to really, you can see this even, look, we've got people coming in taking hits and stuff. Don't really know why we have 2 survivors. I'm not sure what LaMagic is trying to pull off here, being that they're not hooked yet either. But anyways, regardless, we're going to drop Chase though. I mean, I know we really need to get protect these generators, but I don't know. Oh, we do have a 3-gen back here. Wow. Okay, well, maybe this is I can salvage if I can hold them in this 3-gen. Maybe that's what the feeling is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit unfortunate though, because, and I feel like this has to be mentioned, right? We went from starting out this match, trying to play for a tunnel out, and then being forced to try to play for stages, and now we're switching again to patrolling generators. Like this is
crazy 4-gen. Do you see this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. There's 3 in the desert area past Shack, and wow. By the way, I fun fact, I actually tested this map out to see how frequently that will happen. It's less than 10%. From just purely me, I ran it 20 times. Less than 10%. You will. Sorry, I ran it 30 times. Less than 10% of the time, you will have the generator that's kind of off in the middle of the nowhere spawn. And when that happens, you can get this really, really wild 4-gen. It's crazy, Rob.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can imagine. I mean, yeah, these 3 and 4 gens definitely spawn due to RNG and won't always spawn in the same spot. I mean, anyone who plays Dead by Daylight for more than like a few hundred hours probably would know that for sure. But like, just, you know, hearing those numbers, definitely some really good information, Andrew. Thank you.
Look how close they are. Look at these 3 gens.
Yeah, no,
these
they're
3 gens
very
and
close.
Gallows, which is done, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. I know, it's insane, honestly. This is pretty good RNG for Kenshi for sure. But I mean, just the fact that it's really unfortunate. The fact that he's being forced to change his playstyle several different times in one match just based on how the chases are going, just tells you that this is not a good position to sit in as Kenshi. And I mean, like, it's not really anyone's specific fault. This is just like how well the survivors of Team Ariandel are playing, and Kenshi is just struggling in the moment, and it's completely understandable. The survivors of Team Ariandel are playing this like nothing short of perfect. They have some excellent coordination. They're taking chases in very good spots, not just spots that are pallet dense, but spots that won't make the areas dead zones in case those pallets are gone. Very nice double back there from Kenshi, faking that vault. That's going to land him in a nice tag right there, but we're going to see the EMP getting used pretty soon here. Yeah, we need it down bad.
Good vault. Yeah, we need it down really badly here. This might be it. There it is. Eruption goes off on all 2 of the generators. The back one hadn't been worked. And can we get? I was gonna say all 3 gens, but the back one had. They're working the 2 not the one that's not tucked in the corner. So goes off on the important generators. Are they gonna be able to pop it before we? Is this a pain res? Because we choose not to. If this is a pain res, it is. We chose not to pain res Swatter. Maybe Kenshi thought. Because we hooked on the hook right next to it there. Maybe Kenshi thought that they had all the gens that had progress had been finished. Wow, fast unhook on LaMagic. You're identifying a really important problem problem for Kenshi here as well, by the way. Because they took the chases sort of in the buildings in the street, sort of in the town area, not this desert area. All of the back pallets, there's 4 or 5 strong pallets in this back area. You've got 5 including Shack. Because of that, they're all still up, and the survivors are able to take a hit and run to main, and main is such a pain in the backside for any killer who isn't rocking bamboozle. So yeah, you've definitely identified. There's so many resources. Like Shaq's up, and they're trying to crank out this last this 3-gen. The 4th gen over there is pretty much irrelevant because, like, what are you gonna do? You can't protect it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that gen is far out in the middle of Narnia, right? There's not really any use in trying to protect that generator. But, I mean, you know, something really important to be said here, by the way, Andrew, is the fact that the generator progress has been ultimately stalled, which is one thing that Kenshi can really take some pride in. I mean, we're able to slow down the game a bit, and it's due to not just Kenshi and the way that he's playing, but also Team Ariandel playing this smart, not letting too much happen while there's a lot to be risked by starting generator progress. But, you know, it's being played well by both sides at the moment. We're doing the best we can on both sides, and I like that. But, you know, I think that Kenshi can really feel a little bit more comfortable at the moment knowing that the generator progress isn't horrible. And this pallet's gone, so we're just going to take comp corner.
So we're going to get Eruption here, which is good. But, okay, so we're kind of, sort of, very late game tunneling here. But it was more along the, I feel, wow, this is far. Oh, I guess I got basement there. The irrelevant gen just popped. I feel like that down was not, this is my best target. It was, this is my best target that will get me Eruption quick, so I can maybe get back into the map here. That has been, they've been EMPing all of the biopods here. We take a quick look, we see that nobody is on those generators. If you can tunnel the magic out without losing these gens, you might be okay. But there's one other thing we haven't talked about here, Rob. Those back generators have been kicked an awful lot of times, and we're rocking Eruption, which means maximum, every time you get a down, you're getting a kick. There's 1 regression. When it pops with Eruption, that's 2 regressions. You only get 8. So these generators are getting inching closer and closer to permanent progression. And Kenshi's on the clock here. It's a war of attrition, and the survivors are winning right now.
You know, that's just the double-edged sword of bringing the perk Eruption, right? Especially with the combination of Scorch with Pain Resonance. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's just what happens. You kick a generator, and that's 1 damage event, and then once you get the down and trigger Eruption, that's the second one. So you get 4 kicks per gen, assuming Eruption actually triggers. So
maybe less with Pain Res, right? Even like one of them got Pain Res.
Yeah, exactly.
So like one of them will not get that last Eruption, and if you have to kick it again because you want average, like you want the, like, if this one hadn't been kicked, but if you say we kick that one, we leave and have to come back and kick it again, well, that's another gone. You know what I mean? Like, so it's 4 Eruption kicks, and they get the generator there. So we're in a bit of a rough spot here. We've got 2 hooks on the Magic and 1 on Swatter. We need a fresh survivor, and we need them now, because 3 hooks too fresh is just not going to cut it for Kenshi and Team Seraph.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a really good point to make right there. That being said, you know, we're trying to get our fresh stage chase here. Finding Swatter, though, he's closer to fresh hook. He's only been hooked once. That being said, we are trying to get this chase, but I mean, we have an EMP ready to go, so this biopod's just going to be gotten rid of.
Yep. And iPick got one as well. iPick just got the biopod off too. We're kind of playing that game of like that holding pattern game, except the survivors are like, no, we're leaving. Like, so you can't hold us anymore. We're going to be getting out of here right away. This is unfortunate. I think Kenshi had, I was really liking the technical play of Kenshi at the beginning, but I mean, you said it over and over. The survivors just properly countered how to play against the Singularity. Excellent job countering, excellent job teamwork, EMP play. That door is going to open, and I think we're going to get 4 out the door, and we're going to see a 3 hook state game here. There's no way we block them here. There's no way we can prevent. There's nobody injured, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, unless they sandbag Swatter here, he's getting out the door. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough.
Couldn't have said that better myself, honestly. That was pretty rough for Kenshi. But, I mean, now Seraph has a chance to prove their abilities in the next match. But that being said, we're going to switch sides really quick. Ariandel is going to take control of the Singularity, and the survivors of Team Seraph have a chance to do better. But that's really going to be left up to the next match, honestly, Andrew.
Well, yeah, and I say this all the time.
Looking forward to how he's going to play this match, because the win condition isn't very difficult. So is he going to go for an average play style, that being the tunnel out and then 3v1 slugging, or are we going to be playing for stages to secure that win condition early? Now that's something that I'm really curious about, because I mean it could really change up the play style of the game and how the survivors even react to it, and how they would actually be forced to adapt to that play style.
So in our in favor of our survivors, although it didn't really come into play with Kenshi, but in favor of our survivors here, the back desert area is just a 3-gen this time, and it's a lot more spread out than we saw last time. The gen that is closest to Water Tower is in the street rather than past the house here. We also have, of course, Gallows, and then that back corner one. We don't have that sort of isolated generator off in the middle of the desert. This is looking like a pretty quick hit on Jaw, though. First hit comes in. That must have been maybe a 45-second hit. I don't know. I'm guessing here, but that doesn't feel like a minute. We spent a little bit of time in that back area throwing down some biopods, so maybe it took a little longer. But yeah, we went 3 minutes no damage last time, and now we're going to continue this on. We're probably going to get a vault here, but a fast vault follow-up. And now we're headed. Okay, so this is what you said last time, Rob. We're headed back to these good pallets back here in the 3-gen, getting rid of resources. Oh no, Kenshi was hanging for either a flashlight or a pallet save, and unfortunately got spotted. And we're gonna get more sloppy butcher value. We're gonna go back. Oh, we get a biopod on Kenshi too, which then puts. Oh, we're good. We're just going. We're full sending it.
No, this is bad. Oh no!
Oh,
no,
that's
this is
two
really
downs.
bad.
Oh,
This is some intense early game pressure onto the survivors of Team Seraph right now. This is not what you need when the win condition is already so achievable. That being said, I mean, we're going to take the first hook onto Kenshi here, and I imagine this will likely be a pain resonance. And yeah, Andrew, I mentioned that earlier for a reason. We had some recent matches with Singularity where these pallets were just almost depleted instantly, because that was all that was in the area, and that entire area just became a complete dead zone, and the match just ended very quickly after that. I mean,
it's very Dead Dog, right? Like Dead Dog is, that back area is very strong, but once you exhaust your like, there's no windows, right? It's all it's shack pallet, it's the wagon pallet. There will be 2 to 3 strong pallets and 1 weaker pallet back there. And once they're gone, there's nothing but, you know, desert, sand, and bushes. That's all you've got back here. Like this, again, very strong pallet, but there's no window to link it to. I don't know what happened with Jaw there. They kind of must have lost sight a little bit on the check spot there. Anyways, yeah, once these are gone, there's no way out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was a little confused what Jaw was doing there. I don't think he reacted to the check spot quite quick enough there. We did just take another slipstream onto Mathis off in the distance. We're going to EMP that right away, though. Yeah, we are. And Acid is still slipstreamed as well. So, yeah, some really good pressure already on the map. We have 2 out of the 4 stages that we need for the win condition. It's making some really serious progress. And, I mean, like, this is going much quicker than the last game. And this is exemplary, like, textbook performance of a very strong Singularity match. Although I say that, and he misses the swing onto Kenshi. Come on now, Bubbo. But that being said, yeah, we are
swing.
A very delectable swing.
Yes. Oh, holding the check spot here. Kenshi's doing a good job holding this check spot. This is such a interesting spot. You can really play mind game back and forth there. Kenshi kind of comes out ahead, but will it be enough to get to the window again? Or the pallet? Pallet maybe? No. Oh, good fake though.
Fake.
Okay, all right. I mean, we're still in trouble,
really well.
but that was strong. That was strong. Good job by Kenshi.
That's buying some really good time for Team Seraph here. I mean, Kenshi's holding this chase down pretty well. I think they're going to go down now. But, I mean, this has been a pretty impressive chase by Kenshi.
Flashlight! Flashlight! Oh, it's too late.
Oh,
it's too late!
No, it's not!
No, it's not!
What?
I thought that Jaw should have shot through the window, but Jaw vaulted and came through, but it managed being in just in time, so okay, we're staying alive. We're staying alive. That's good. Well played.
That's such a good turnaround for Seraph. They were getting really close to their eye condition. It's pretty close still, but like that would have been the tie condition right there. But we're getting very close. Thankfully, we do get the slowdown here on Bubbo for the pallet break. That flashlight save turns the game around at least a little bit. I don't know how realistic it is to say, yeah, Seraph's got a pretty good chance now, but even then, I mean, that's still some good pressure for sure.
It was a good play. I don't know if the game's turned around yet, but it was a good play for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Listen, I said I was hoping Seraph would win today, I was hoping Seraph would win, but I'm not gonna say that was a turning that turned the game around much.
Oh no!
This hook on acid will be the win for Ariandel if we take this as our. This will be 3 hooks, 3 fresh. So.
And now we're looking for Jaw trying to see if he's here for the flashlight save.
Killer Mains know it. There
and
it is.
He is. But he misses it.
Killer Mains know it. It's like, where's that bully with the flashlight? I know they're around here somewhere.
Yeah, gotta open up your nose a little bit more and sniff better. But I mean, we did try. We really did try. But
almost got it.
Jaw was very close with that. I mean, you can't beat yourself up too much if you're Team Seraph. The win condition wasn't too difficult for Ariandel to achieve. But I mean, they've made some pretty good plays so far, Team Seraph. They're doing pretty well, all things considered. It's just not a very easy win condition to defend.
Now it's a matter of, listen, okay, we lost. We had a bad killer match. Our survivor match started a little bit not quite the way we wanted it to. Now, let's make a statement. Let's get the gens done. Let's get some outs. Let's really show that we're not let's make it clear that this wasn't a really, this isn't an out matching. This was just a bad result. Everybody has them. We're ready to play next round. So that's what I want to see now. I want to see Seraph get these gens done, and I want to see at least 2 survivors get out the door, so you can feel, hold your head high going into the Wraith set. Whether they do or not remains to be seen, but that would be, you got to take the wins where you can get them. You know what I mean, Rob? So you got to
exactly.
Look, we lost, but hey, look, we lost, but after we lost the win condition, we managed to get the gens done. We played really well, and we got 2-3 people up, right? That's
yeah. I mean, you want to keep that mental game still pretty strong. Yeah. You still want to put the best performance possible, and I mean, Team Seraph is aiming to do that. They just got another generator done. They're not letting this defeat them mentally. They're just, it is what it is. And so doing the best that you can now is all that Team Seraph can do. So give some impressive chases still, get generators done, get some outs, and we'll be looking pretty nice going into the next set. That being said, we are going to take a basement hook onto Jaw. That's for the bullying with the flashlight. There you go. Have that, sucker.
Now I want to smack them on hook, but we don't want to be too toxic here in DBDL. But I mean,
there's no rules against BM.
Get your smelly flashlight out of my face, Jaw. Okay, I'm tired of this. All right, I work a long day. I come home. I want to play some DBD. I don't need flashlight squads bullying me. Okay.
Exactly. There's no rules against friendly BM, and I mean that's all it is here. We're just having some nice fun here. But
all the gens done. That's what I'm talking about. Well done, Seraph. Well done, Seraph. Honestly, really well done. I'm really happy to see that. Yep.
I need to excuse myself. There are rules for BM.
I was gonna say I thought there was, but I'm the new guy, so.
Yeah, no smacking on hook. That's just it's toxic and disrespectful. Let's not do that.
I kind of thought there was, but anyways. Okay, so what's happening here is Zappis is fresh hook, our only fresh hook. Jaw's dead on hook, so we're running cover for Zappis, trying to get Zappis out the door with all 3 hook states, so that way we can keep the maximum amount of states out the door. We're gonna teleport. We're gonna slipstream. We're gonna do overclock, teleport over to Zappis. Can we get out of there? We do take an M1 on Acid. Acid's trying to bait over there. We managed to pick up Jaw. We're just zoning. I think we make it out the door now. Yep. And you just saw can she block the door? We're gonna get another teleport here, but I don't think we're gonna get an M1 in time. I think we're never mind. Jaw distracted. Even better. Jaw's gonna go down. That's gonna be a death hook on Jaw, and I think that's 5 hook states if I'm counting right. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
That's strong, man.
Still a really good performance by Team Seraph.
Yeah.
They still did a pretty good performance here. Getting 3 survivors out of the door, keeping the hook states down to a pretty respectable level. And I mean, honestly, considering the average on Singularity, that's still a pretty impressive performance. So Seraph can still feel pretty good about that.
Yep. Honestly, now imagine, look at it this way. Imagine that Bubbo had gone first and got 5 hooks, 3 fresh, right? Then Seraph comes in and goes, all right, okay, that's cool. All I got to do is get 6 hooks. Like the mental swap there of what you have to do and, and not do. Again, you may have seen Bubbo more heavily tunnel out.
This is what you can expect, because you can't really give completely factually correct callouts because you don't know where he goes once he's around the corner and he's gone,
That's
right?
So unfortunate. Sorry, that's so unfortunate. So if you're looking at your build right now, by the way, same lobby, same teams. We got Bubble on Killer, same survivors for Team Seraph. I don't know if you saw that. So we're rocking a 1 totem build here. It is the 1 guaranteed totem. So I don't think we're going to see Ruin last all that long. It's the library totem. It's so funny. This is a great map for totems except for one. And there was a 20% chance it spawned there, and Bubbo did not. Don't go play roulette. Don't go to the casino with Bubbo, because Bubbo's coming up snake eyes. I just mixed roulette and craps, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a bad totem spawn. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, did it break? It just broke, right? There you go. I didn't even hear
it. Did. Yeah, that's why Bubbo gave the nodders. He's like, okay, yeah, I knew that was going to be gone. Exactly, yeah.
That's okay, we put eruption, baby.
Exactly, yeah, we've got a backup perk here ready for it. But that being said, we have a very nice stat here from our stats analyst. Wraith is the only killer that has not been outed this season in 6 total games. He has a 100% 4K rate. That is insane.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. One more thing, I feel like we're setting the stage while the game is still going. But the one other thing I want to say is, like, these guys are professional. These guys are the best of the best. That being, even though that's the case,
really good body blocking by Bubbo there.
Great body block.
We're here for the pallet save, though.
Coming for the pallet save, and now we're gonna get another sloppy butcher applied. Now, are we gonna chase it down? I think we're gonna go back. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say Midwich is a kind of hard to communicate because it's not just for those of you who don't know, a lot of you do. Survivors often use clock callouts, right? So I'm at 12, Shaq is at 6, and whatever. Usually we don't talk about that too much because it's kind of hard if you don't know the callouts. This map is what's happening. Okay, just staring, maybe making sure we got the full 12 count. Midwich is harder because not only do you have to use, like, I struggle knowing which is 12 and which is 6 because the doors they call 12 and 6. On top of that, you got top floor and bottom floor, so it adds extra element into making sure you have nice, clean, concise communication. So yeah, it's extra element of an extra element of challenge there. Bubbo, good try.
Nice pallet standoff by Bubbo and Kenshi there. Pretty solid job there, but with all things considered right now, we have the tunnel out being progressed onto Jaw. He's on 2nd stage at the moment. We have 2 injuries on the board. We are looking for some more pressure at the moment, and we're finding it here. Zaphis being found injured upstairs. Not. Oh, he gets hit through the pallet. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Bubbo's in control right now. We've lost. Also, it's important to note that on each of these stair corners, the main stairs, like you can go up pretty much, you go upstairs in every corner, but on the main actual school stairs, each corner has a god pallet. We've lost one of those so far. We got a slug on Kenshi. We got a slug on Zaphis. We're chasing down Jaw for the tunnel out here. Acid is trying to maybe put them to a 4K3 right now, I guess. This is going really badly, Rob.
It is. This is getting really dicey. Oh my goodness.
Good job, Jaw.
Jaw is playing this pallet really well, though, trying to stay alive as long as possible. I'm not sure when we're going to see the pallet drop. Greeting that a little bit dicey, I can't lie. Greeting it again. What are you doing, Jaw?
No, but Bubbo was respecting. I think. Listen, I agree, though.
Bubbo did not respect that. He walked straight through it.
There was a slight hesitation.
It was not enough. Jaw went down.
All right. But I think we could have got the hit 2 cycles before that, though, is what I'm saying. So I think that there was a little bit there.
I think so, too. Yeah, no, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, not a full respect, but like a slight dodge back to try and get the timing right so you don't get the stun. I agree. It was very minor. I'll agree it was very minor, but I feel like we would have got the hit sooner if it hadn't been. Anyways, Jaw's dead. We managed to get everybody off the ground, and I think Acid is back working on that generator that we had pretty close to being done. There it is. Survivors need to get at least 1 more generator done. 4K3 is not reasonable to expect a tie. 4K2, you can maybe make a case for it. So.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm glad that you said that because 4K3, that's a really impressive result. We're looking really close to that. Both the survivors that are up are currently injured, so we have a lot of pressure. Although, yeah, that's a nice play right there from Kenshi, taking this downstairs pallet instead, wasting as much of Bubbo's time as possible here, getting the firecracker down as well. Nicely played, playing this pallet very well. We do see the unhook off in the distance. How long can Kenshi stay alive in this pallet? I'm not entirely sure, but whatever Kenshi is able to do is going to be absolutely necessary for Team Seraph to make potentially another generator get done. Wow!
Forces a swing, and Kenshi gets out into the hallway. And these two, oh, this pallet's gone though. I don't know if they. Oh no, sorry, she never dropped. Right, she greeted it until she died. Never mind, Jaw greeted it until they died. I said she because it was Lara. Both of these pallets are fairly strong. This pallet in particular is pretty strong. Wow, Kenshi, great shape. Although I cursed you. I'm sorry.
Bloodlust 3, what can you do, right?
You were doing fantastic. You were winning all the 50s. You were doing great. I'm so sorry, Kenshi. I cursed you. I'm so sorry. Good chase, though. Good chase.
No, it was still a really impressive chase. And I mean, even winning 50s against Bloodlust 3 is really impressive. That being said, we are seeing the fact that the reset came through. Kenshi was able to buy enough time for Mathis and Acid to both fully heal each other, and also to 25% a generator, which is pretty impressive. That was a really solid chase.
Right, like look, when we're talking about time, how much time Jaw took there, or I'm sorry, Kenshi took there. It's not just the pickup and the reset. It was the full reset on both of them, and some gen time through Sloppy Butcher. Really, really strong. We get an M1 on Mathis, so Mathis is going to be put into the mangled and hemorrhage state again. I think we're going to get another swing here, and now, unfortunately, we're back to that everybody's injured situation.
Exactly, right? This is looking pretty dicey right now. If Bubble's able to start slugging, I'm saying dicey a lot. I'm not too sure why, but it's my word of the day today.
Well, you got to dice the tomatoes before I spice them.
Yeah, that's a great point, Andrew. I like this is why we're casting together. That's exactly why. We got the slice and dice theme here. Okay.
Nice. Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no, it is looking pretty dicey though. Toby said Rice, so he wants to be involved as well. We'll let him.
They hate us. They absolutely hate us.
Let's the Rice here. Get it all nice as well. Okay. So yeah, we got everyone injured again. If Bubbo is able to, capitalize on all these injuries here, we are going to make some good progress into getting this settled at a 4K3. Although if these chases keep lasting,
good swing.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say if these chases keep lasting a while, like the Kenshi chase we just had, we have a potential to bring this down to a 4K2, which, like you said earlier, would make a case for a really good win condition or tie condition.
Yeah. Well, and okay, so I was making unfortunate jokes at the fact that that Bubble rolled the dice and lost with Ruin, but I kind of mentioned at the time we have the backup, right? You got Ruin, and then you put on Eruption as a backup, and so every single time someone goes down now, you're gonna see somebody go down, and you're gonna see Eruption go off on all the generators. It's gonna regress them. It's gonna give some information about where the survivors are. You're gonna hook your person. You're gonna go back. You're gonna put Eruption down. You're gonna go find all the Eruptions down, and you're gonna repeat over and over again. I think this one over here wasn't kicked. I think that might be. Was this one kicked after the Eruption, or is that a bug? Is that a spectator bug?
It might be a spectator bug. I'm not entirely sure, but
I was like gonna say they haven't thrown this pallet, have they? Oh, they did. I'm sorry.
They did, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, you can see like the chunks of the plywood on the floor there. Unfortunately, the remnants of the Home Depot product lay there on the ground, and we're seeing that Bubbo is now following up on Mathis here, who does have this pallet here in the back, but it's rather unsafe. Yeah, it is a little bit unsafe. I think this one right here is actually a little bit safer than that one. But yeah, no, we do see Kenshi is trying to go for the pickup here, trying to keep themselves alive, but not very much gen progress at the moment because of just how much pressure Bubbo has on the map. And we're going to see the down come in. He's going to follow up on Acid. Mathis is like 50% recovered. And like this is looking like 4K3 territory, Andrew.
It's almost guaranteed. Yeah, that's a miracle. We're going to have 6 auto aims, and Bubbo's internet's gonna have to go out, and it's a full moon in order to stop this 4K3, and no, it's gonna be 4K3. Really strong play by Bubbo. Had a really good, don't mind the split, Wraith. Had a really good early game, spreading some damage, getting a quick tunnel out on Jaw. Survivor just weren't able to capitalize. The really unfortunate thing is I feel like we had that situation where I think it was Jaw's second down, maybe went down under pallet, and we had the opportunity for a pallet save. The worst case scenario happened. Not only did the pallet save, like it was a situation where Mathis was coming in for a pallet save. It was almost have been better if Mathis had been pressuring a generator rather than going for that, because Mathis wound up taking a hit and maybe a down too. Like it just. We gave away a lot of free hits pretty early on, and I feel like we were in catch-up, we were in recovery mode the entire time for our survivors there. So this is putting Ariandel in a really strong position. They got to finish 3 of the generators to take this second set. Not gonna say it's not impossible, but it is very difficult.
Yeah, I heavily agree. This is not a great result to sit on at the moment, but I mean, as I mentioned earlier, these Wraith midwich sets are quite chaotic. They're very intense, and there's just a lot that needs to go into maintaining some pressure on the map with Wraith on midwich, and so much communication is necessary, and this will really make or break great and good teams. So that being said, we're gonna swap the sides
One
really
second.
quick.
1 second. Sorry, I gotta jump in there. I just noticed. Caster of the year here, guys. Bubba was running Windstorm. It's not unusual. I just wanted to point it out. We weren't running Shadow Dance. Shadow Dance is the add-on that lets you vault and kick pallets and kick generators and whatnot faster, like extremely fast. We were running Swift Hunt, which lets you decloak faster, and Windstorm, which gives you faster movement speed. So if it seemed like Bubba was zooming around the map, he was. I just noticed. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Yeah, I thought I'd throw that in. Ever lowest hook state, so watch out for X-Size. You don't want to mess with him. Now the question is that based on X-Size's ability to, to chase and juice? I often feel like the people who are the best chasers also tend to sometimes get more hook states just because they tend to be the ones who draw aggro. You know what I mean? X-Size could be could be their specialist. I definitely good in chase, don't get me wrong, but X-Size could be, someone who is exceptionally good at, being in the right place at the right time. So it's a lot more when it comes to comp. It's not always about your chase ability. It's about other things. So interesting to point out, Shadow Dance. I just want to point it out. So I agree. You see Windstorm more often in this than you would in pubs, but Shadow Dance is not uncommon as well. Swatter takes a hit there. Swatter, unfortunately, ran by the Ruin Totem. So once again, I don't think it's going to last very long, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, another really cool thing about nicely done taking this down onto Swatter.
Very good.
We do have another totem that's going to be gotten rid of pretty quickly into the match. So both totems here not lasting too long. That being said, a 1 minute and 1 second down is pretty good. I would say it's pretty quick, not too bad at all.
Slightly faster than the last, about 20 seconds faster than Bubble, so that's really good. Yeah.
And Kenshi can be pretty happy with that, right? So something else I wanted to mention as well is that considering hook stages in these matches as well, something important to mention is the fact that oftentimes the survivors who are averaging low, like very low hook stages or very high hook stages, have a reason why. It's not just because they're a bad or a good survivor. There's some other factors to take into consideration as well. Like, hey, this survivor is more often the survivor that is required to take chases first because they have the build for it, or et cetera, right? That being said, we're finding our second chase onto Swatter, zoning him into the edge of the map here, breaking with Shadow Dance, and yeah, I mean, like, this is some pretty good
pallet. Oh, good play of it though, but it's a very weak pallet, and
it is
very, very weak pallet because it's short, and also you just can't see the killer. So you're kind of playing a guessing game, right? Second hook on Swatter. By the way, we are seeing an interesting, we're seeing Surge or Jolts, depending on, it's Surge right now, and then it was Jolt and back to Surge again. So every time we see it down, we're going to see some passive regression. That was an interesting play.
That was a very interesting interaction, I was going to say. It looked like for a moment, Kenshi landed in front of X-Size.
Like blocking into the stall almost, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I almost thought that was going to happen, but he kind of just phased straight through the killer there. It was pretty impressive. But yeah, we're finding our next chase onto Bubbo here at the Courtyard Gen. And honestly, all things considered, Kenshi does have a lot of good progress onto the map right now.
Yes, but we need to get back, and we got to get Swatter out of the map. We gave a lot of... I totally agree with you, but I was also thinking, oh man, we got to get back and get that tunnel out because they're going to get that unhook. Swatter needs to go Ghost Protocol and not get found right now. If Swatter can stay, we're going to see... Oh, but you know what? Look at the generator progress. They're just about to win. That's one, and the other one. Oh, that's so unfortunate for... Kenshi's having a great match, but that's the win condition right there. So that's going to be a win for Ariandel. Again, guys, listen, Ariandel fans out there, I am not against Ariandel. I love Ariandel. I'm really excited to see how they do in the rest of the season and going into the brackets. I don't know, man. I got a soft spot in my heart for the underdog, man. I want to see Seraph put up a number, right? So again, if anyone's like out there going like, who is this OutcastAndrew jerk rooting against my favorite team? I'm not. I love them all. You gotta feel. I want to see Seraph do like Kenshi's having a great match. It's just great match. 4K3 is kind of hard, anyways.
Exactly, and it does need to be said that Kenshi is still doing very well. It's not like this is a bad result so far. It's just that Ariandel's Survivor play it's got some history to it. They've been playing for a long time. This is nothing new for them. They play this specific match quite a bit. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty noticeable. Team Seraph, like you mentioned, is the underdog, and I was honestly rooting for them too, just because. Oh, nice tag on the Bubbo there. But yeah, no, Seraph, the underdog here, definitely rooting for them as well. Hoping to see that maybe they'll take at least one set point and we'll go into the tiebreaker. But I mean, that's just that's up to the teams here, honestly.
Well, yeah, for sure. And again, like this is going very well. I do want to see. I do want to see if we can keep the 4K the 4K streak going here on Wraith. So I mean, if we can get Swatter out of the game pretty quickly, because there's still stuff at stake, right? If we can get Swatter out of the game pretty quickly and hold them to one generator, we could probably see a 4K again. I mean, you're gonna drop that pallet. Everybody knows we're dropping the pallet here, guys. Come on, right? I mean, we're gonna fake and we're gonna go. Okay, so this is that dead classroom room, but we're not gonna start chase up until we decloak. Good patience from Swatter here. You're not wrong, by the way, about the survivors of Ariandel. They're just they're look how calm Swatter is playing this palette, not falling for anything. 4th gen pops.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a great thing to mention that, right? I mean, the team play is just nothing short of fantastic. This is going really well for Team Ariandel. But like you said as well, I'm really hoping that we'll see Team Seraph and specifically Kenshi at least take some, of the 4K here. We do get the last generator done. It's not looking great for Kenshi at the moment.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Unfortunate. Oh, good start. The really good start. I think that again, like, I'm gonna throw it out there again. The win condition really like stymies your ability to play the game you want to, right? There was a point there where they had 1 gen done. Bubbo was working on the courtyard generator. Okay, we hooked Swatter for the 2nd time. We went down and attacked Bubbo, who was healthy, tagged him. Then I can't remember where we downed him. I think we might have downed him and slugged him. Anyways, regardless, the point is we gave a ton of room for the unhook for Swatter, and Swatter managed to stealth away. And because of that, we weren't able to get the tunnel out. If we get the tunnel out there, we get a 4K. I guarantee if we don't give so much room on that unhook, we get the 4K. But in order to try and hold that 4K3 tie condition, not even win condition, that 4K3 tie condition, we had to go out and range out and go pressure the generators, and that resulted in what became our first outs against Wraith. I don't blame Kenshi. That's not Kenshi making a mistake. That's Kenshi having to play in a way that was play to the win condition, not play to your best possible result. Do you know what I mean? So
exactly. And another thing to consider too, we just had some stats given to us by our stats analyst Toby here. Ariandel and Invictus are the only 2 teams that have outed Dredge on Midwich. They love indoor maps.
They're just Midwich specialists. Right? Yeah, and they're all substitute teachers on the weekend or on their day, so they spend a lot of time. They're constantly doing story time,
using the power to actually walk through survivors, and you can see it happen sometimes.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. That happened yesterday. That was really interesting. I loved that happened, and it created a very interesting dynamic in the match because you're trying to take a body block hit, and all of a sudden, oh my God, Freddy just walked through me. I can't do that anymore.
Is that intended? Like, again, not to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm not like the most fluent new Freddy. Is it intended? Like, is it when you use your powers, you can teleport through people, or is it when you're teleporting to a generator? Like, what allows the walkthrough?
So I believe just using a dream snare will actually let you phase through survivors.
Interesting.
So just holding up the power, I think in general, will let you phase through survivors. I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly something that was meant to be, but it does happen, and I think it's been relatively an okay thing to do so far.
It's neat. I like it.
Don't know for sure.
It allowed to block a body block yesterday, so I think it's cool. And I mean, it's you know, we don't allow exploits, right? So it's something we allow. So until we hear otherwise, it's going to be allowed. But I just was curious because I saw that happen. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics of it because I just don't have enough hours on New Freddy. I've only played a handful of matches. But anyways,
I haven't played New Freddy at all, so I wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah, I hadn't. I literally they did him months ago, and I didn't. And we managed to zone out there. Our Freddy killer here. We have we're rocking brutal strength, so very quick pallet kick there, and Excise just kind of gets cornered up and ends up going down at 5 gens. Pretty good. The time's just coming in here. I would say that's probably I'm gonna guess 131. Am I right? I'm waiting to hear you. Am I right?
Hear from Toby at the moment. We got some stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
We have some stuff going on in the background, so we're gonna wait to hear from that at the moment.
Sure.
But yeah, no, that was a pretty good down right there for sure. And yeah, we're finding the chase over here onto LeMagic at the moment, who has a pretty high progress gen near Shaq at the moment. So that's really nice to see for Team Ariandel. Okay, actually, okay, we're gonna stop this and we're gonna call a restart really quick. We have a wrong perk on one of the Survivor players. So give us a moment.
No, we're good. I didn't say anything because they're discussing. There was some stuff going behind the scenes. I think we're okay.
Okay, no, yeah, it's been okay. Sorry,
I didn't want to call it out. I'm watching too. I didn't want to call it out until we got till they actually DC'd. But anyways, 2 gens have popped. We got Excise off of hook here, and we're good. We're good, guys. We're all back. We're back. We're here. We're good. We're trying to continue the chase here on Excise to get the tunnel out. Pallet goes down on this God Rock, and we're just gonna head over to this 4 lane. We got Swatter playing. Oh my God! Double pallet explosion for the double down! Swatter goes down and Excise goes down! We're gonna get the hook on Swatter. We might even take the down on Excise. LeMagic gets healed up in the background by iPick, but that was massive play by Kenshi. Really well played. Oh my God!
That is huge. What? That is
massive.
Absolutely yeah. That was my word. Come on, Andrew.
Massive?
I was gonna say massive, but no, that is seriously
I'll
huge.
lend you spice. You can say it was spicy.
No.
Spicy pallet explosion.
No, that was insane.
That being said.
Yeah, hey!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Kenshi, I have got to imagine, is smiling from ear to ear after that. That was so huge. Getting a double pallet hit. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I don't think that Swatter or Excise were exactly expecting that to happen, and just kind of, you know, they really ate that. That is unfortunate, honestly. That being said, we are looking to camp out Excise. Yeah, exactly, right? We are looking to camp out Excise. I mean, the amount of pressure that just came out of that might actually force this to be a camp out. We're getting very close to Excise dying on hook. Swatter is here for the save, though, so that's not going to happen just yet. But
there's not a lot over here. We're gonna try and put Excise. Excise does have balance landing, so we're gonna go. This actually might work out. We're gonna go for the balance landing, head our way down to Shaq. Shaq pallet is still up, so we should be somewhat safe for a little while here. But again, hey, I got brutal strength. I'm gonna break that pallet. I eat pallets like that for breakfast, says Kenshi. And if we hit this, good dodge on that though. I think we're gonna make the. I keep on waiting to see what's happening. Holding off, Swatter gets picked up, and we do vault even though we got hit, but there's a nice rock pallet here. We're doing a really good job here. Excise is staying alive. Staying alive. For how long, I don't know. We'll see. I'm having so much fun today, Rob. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place.
People were warned about the amount of energy that's going to come into you and I co-casting together.
Yeah,
so it's only fair, right? Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, oh my goodness, this is definitely what Kenshi can be hoping for here. We are seeing Excise staying alive just a little bit longer. Water here for the body blocks as well. We're finding all these really strong tiles as well to play. I mean, this is exactly the kind of Survivor performance that you want to be aware of and want to try to outplay in these sets, right? Because, I mean, Excise being alive for this long, you don't want that. You want the tunnel out taken out as soon as possible.
The Survivors have come back so much in this match. Like, look, like after that double down, that double exploded pallet, And we're just taking the hook on Swatter. We're giving up on Excise. I think we need the pain res. We know that those 2 generators are about to pop. I think we're going to take the pain res and probably stop iPick from popping that generator. That was not a pain res.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that, right? But we do have Eruption ready to go. So if he can secure a down pretty quick, that'll be some more gen regression onto this high progressed gen. We do find what looks to be, I think, iPick and LeMagic in this area. Finding the chase on the iPick at the moment for sure. But he just woke up, so neither the Dream Pallets or the Dream Snares are going to do much of anything to him at all. And we are finding this chase
like
here.
About New Freddy. This is what I really like about New Freddy, is there is a reason to shoot snares at this person. Because it'll put them to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, it won't slow them, but if you're running in a direction and you want to get them asleep faster, it is worthwhile to do. So I really enjoy that. We're running out of time here for Kenji, though. Excise has been fully healed. Swatter's off hook. iPick just took that hit, but now is running back cross map, so that's not going to be an issue. We've got Eruption down, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what the play is here. It's really unfortunate. We spent all that time chasing Excise. I believe Swatter took 3 hits. I don't know if Metal of Man is active now or if the Metal of Man hit came in. I think I saw the Metal of Man hit came in.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I think we need to go for Kenji. Sorry, I think we need to go for iPick here. Sorry, what's that?
Active, yes.
It was, okay, it's active, yeah. I think we need to go, yeah, I think we need to go for iPick here, not Kenji. Sorry, not Excise, because we need to get the pain res. Like, well, yeah, okay, we had to go back. That's fair.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, honestly, at this point, I imagine Kenshi is going to try to play for stages because, I mean, honestly, getting the tunnel out at this point realistically just isn't too feasible. We are having a generator that is like round about 80% progress, so it's getting very close. And, you know, protecting it for as long as possible, just, that's all you can really do and play for stages in the meanwhile. We do see Swatter here, who does have 1 stage, so, I mean, there's still some hope here for Kenshi, but at the same time, tunnel out, it's not a very feasible option. So, doing what he can, I imagine. We are getting the resets onto Excise and iPick at the moment, which is really impactful. And it looks like we are actually opting to teleport over here and interrupt the reset.
I think we're doing that, like, paralysis by analysis situation where there's too much happening. And like, I need to get it down, but I need to stop the generators, but I need to find my tunnel out, but I need, you know, but I, and it's got to this point where nothing's happening. You're getting a halfway done a chase, but you have to go back to the generators. So now you go back to the generators, and then you lose your, you know, then they heal up, and it's just a repeated cycle until eventually they get the gens done. It's a really, really rough spot to be in, and Kenshi's having trouble kind of finding the way out. And I think, unfortunately, every time we do quit on a chase, every time we change gears, change locations, teleport, we're getting further and further in the gens, and we're getting closer and closer to just not having any other option.
Yeah, exactly. We're seeing Swatter on corner as well at the moment. We do have a generator that's almost done, so taking the nightmare as far away from that generator as possible to allow for the most progress. I mean, that would be really, really strong right now, right? And we do get a pain res. Okay. That was great huge for Kenshi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The eruption followed by the pain resonance, and that's great for Kenshi. That being said, we do find iPick here, who was the one on the highest progress gen, so that's even better, honestly. I imagine one of the other 2 survivors will probably hop on it soon. We do see the unhook coming on to Swatter here. And I mean, like, this is still being
not a lot of resources down here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, like, there's no resources down here. I think this pallet, is this pallet here? Okay, this pallet is.
It is.
I was going to say, though, we don't have a lot of resources. If we can get another really quick pain res, we might be able to make something. Like you said, we need to play for stages. But, like, I think, great play, Kenshi. Well played. iPick goes down. Great moonwalk there, using the aura from the snare.
Snare, yeah.
Eruption would have gone off. Can we get this before? The problem is they're on 2 separate generators.
But Magic has one right behind it. That's a separate generator. And we're teleporting to it, Kenshi.
He went to the right one, so we gotta. We're trying to get a little bit more done. They're gonna get the generators done. It's gonna happen, but we're getting a little bit closer. Great swing through. I just clapped out loud because I was excited about that hit, guys. If you heard that, that was me. Yes, this is good. This is exactly what we need.
These are all the greatest plays that Kenshi can make in the current situation. It's really good, and this will allow for the maximum amount of stages, and this is the last fresh hook survivor too. So that's great. This is what Kenshi needs, and if Team Seraph can get outs here, I mean, this could be really, really good for their current standings against Team Ariandel, because Ariandel is definitely going to get outs here. Now Team Seraph is going to need to do the exact same, but even more so. I mean,
okay, so big hook positioning there too. Like, look, we hooked over by Shack, which is far away from the doors, and also there's no resources down there, except for that one rock kind of on the, you know, sort of right. We're looking at it. This rock here. This is the only pallet on this whole side of the map. So, other than that, we've got a pretty good job there. If we can, so the Magic is worth three full stages. Well, 2 more, that is. We've got Swatter and iPick are probably resetting across map. So, or maybe they're just going for the doors, actually. I didn't see them resetting, so. Looks like they're kind of sneaking in here. Both Swatter and Excise can die for Magic if they get the unhook before struggle state. If they do, they're going to save themselves 1 hook state.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, considering everything that's in the in this area here, I mean, Kenshi is in a pretty good position. Lots of dream pallets as well, so not a whole lot of safe areas for survivors. I mean, Kenshi did a great job whittling down the resources in this area. It's a pretty strong dead zone for Kenshi at the moment. Yeah, very solid dream snare.
Long range snare. Wow.
Yeah, it was a dream snare snipe right there. So good. But yeah, saving the Magic. Yeah, he does. Yeah. That's great for Kenshi.
So basically, like, Survivor should get out. I think the Survivor just get out at this point. Like, yeah, hypothetically, you could get a clean unhook here, but at this point, you're not saving anything if Excise or Swatter goes down, and if iPick goes down, you're losing 1. So I think you just go. I think you just go.
Especially because, I mean, I honestly think that we're gonna see a trade no matter what. I mean, it's pretty likely because Freddy's still pretty good in chase. He has a pretty decent chase power, honestly.
But they're waking up is the problem, right? Like, Excise is awake and cannot be put to sleep again for that entire duration, even with a hit, right? So, okay, but hitting Excise is good because that takes Excise out of the equation here for trying to get one of these survivors. Either survivor is worth the same amount, so you're good either way. Oh, hi there, iPick. iPick, you don't need to die. iPick, I would turn around and go for iPick. Is this
wait a second!
Dude, I would have gone for iPick.
No, that was a great teleport. I mean, we're gonna get body blocked by Swatter here, but I mean, wait a second. No, that was great.
We get him. Yeah. But dude, iPick taking that hit there was scary. If iPick goes down, iPick's worth the most. That would be a threat. Like, that would be the worst case scenario. iPick has the flashlight. You need to pick up.
Flashbang, yeah.
Pick up. Okay. Jeez. Scaring me there, man. So we get all 3 on iPick. Okay. Strong though. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 hooks, 4 fresh. That's not bad.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. Kenshi can be pretty happy about this. This is a pretty decent win condition. Team Seraph can defend this pretty well. And I mean, Kenshi played really well that round. All things considered. Yeah. Team Ariandel played very well. I mean, they have been all night. Their survivor play has been nothing short of, like, impressive. But I mean, Kenshi on the Nightmare, really good performance. I'm really happy with how he played that match.
So, yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, I was saying it was really falling apart there near the sort of like in the last third of the game there. We were really having trouble. Excise survived just too darn long, and we just couldn't get him out of the game. All right, welcome back, everybody. We had a little bit of a hiccup in setting up this, what is our second Freddy match. We got DW for Ariandel on the Freddy. You may notice on your screen we have a penalty. You can call... I'm sorry. You can call Seraph 2-tap because they tried to load into the map with 2 detective taps on the screen. And as a result, they're going to take a half hook penalty. Now, in the end, that doesn't really change their goal. Their goal here is going to, I'm just going to try to rattle this off real quickly. We're in chase. We got to hit on acid real quick on the actual detective tap. They got a half hook stake. Now the reality is a tie will end the series just like a loss would. So it's not going to change the fact that the survivors of Seraph need to hold the killer to 7 hooks or less. But this is the wrong side of the palette. You don't want to be here, Acid, unfortunately. Oh, okay, worked out. Well played, well played. So we have a half hook, and also in reality, so the killers need to. Everyone has to put in their builds before this match. Before anyone plays Freddy, both killer builds are set. Because of this, the survivors revealed their builds to our killer, and the killer could change their build. So DW was able to change their build for the win condition versus just playing to versus the pre-submitted build. We're gonna see it down at 5 gens here on Acid. I think I covered everything. The only thing I didn't cover, Rob, was the only time we haven't seen this penalty since apparently 2020, where we've had two of the same survivors load into the match. Rough times for Team Seraph, but I guarantee they'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah, absolutely right. You don't want to make that kind of mistake, especially considering their standings and how this current matchup is going. You don't want to be taking penalties like this. It's really unfortunate. That being said, like you mentioned earlier, Andrew, since the killer was able to change their build, they actually switched out what was going to be originally Call of Brine. It's now Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. So the build has been changed on the killer side, DW taking Pain Resonance instead of Call of Brine. So there's a little
change.
Yeah, there's a little example of exactly what just happened there, and what was allowed for DW to do there in that situation. So that's really unfortunate, but these are the kinds of things that happen here. But yeah, we're seeing a tag go through onto the pallet stun onto Kenshi. Really unfortunate. And I mean, DW just has monumental pressure going on into this match already. 3 injured on the board, and things are looking pretty tough for Seraph at the moment, especially considering the penalty affecting the win condition.
You could say that Seraph needs a guardian angel to get out of this one. That was for Dyer. I had to do it fun. Anyways,
I get it. Seraph, Angel, I get it.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got there. It wasn't the best pun ever.
You stick your jokes on over to comedy heaven on Reddit, buddy.
Oh goodness. Oh no, we're gonna see a second down here as the first generator does pop. Acid is gonna be 1 hook away from death. This is again, I'll point out what happened last match with the survivors of Ariandel. Excise was on the way to getting tunneled out, but Swatter came and ran interference, was able to take a whole bunch of body blots and keep them alive for a long time. We're going to need some kind of teamwork like that to keep Acid in this match. Otherwise, we're going to go down to the 3v1, and that is going to be a very, very tough thing to do, particularly on a map like Cold Tower, where if you're looking at the generators right now, we got a lot of main side generators. If you consider the main building, the top side of the map, we've got basically 5 generators on that half. There's 1 at Shack, and the other 5 of the 6 that are still active. The other 5 generators are all down a main side of the building, a main side of the map. Kenshi's just going end map to die here. That's a death.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal double back right there. And like the amount of pressure on the map right now, gens are not being completed. We just saved Acid out of the basement here in the main building. And we're going to follow up on the tunnel out, get him out really nice and early. I don't even think it's going to be feasible. We do in the area, but will it happen? Not entirely sure. But yeah, no, oh goodness, what was going to say. I think it's entirely feasible to not even see outs in this match here, just because of how much pressure DW is putting on the survivors of Team Seraph. It's looking pretty rough.
Little bit of a replay on that pallet, and this time instead Acid ends up winning that one as opposed to DW. Little replay of their first chase there. And here we go. Okay, good. Jaw has decided to come over and offer assistance to keep Acid alive longer. That will give Kenshi and Zappis some time to continue working on the generators. We should make main building window here. We took a tag on Jaw. Now we need to make sure we don't make a mistake here. Okay, there he is. Good comms. We see Freddy coming around the front here. Jaw is still in the area. Jaw might take it down for Excise. Sorry, for Acid. Sorry, I don't know why I said Excise. Excise got tunneled last time. I still got Excise on the brain. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair, right? Excise was very involved in the last match, one could say. We are going to take a body block hit from Jaw here. And he says, no, not doing that. See you later, buddy.
We could have held there, but we let him by.
Yeah, exactly. We just
good play. Good
very
play
nice. Check. But he fell for that though. Unfortunate. That was a really nice check spot play there by Acid. He played that really well, but once the pallet was dropped, unfortunately the down came in. Very well played by DW, but the check spots were really nice from Acid up until that point, and that's going to be the death of Acid.
He needed to full send it to that window, but unfortunately, like, he didn't do anything really wrong. It was unclear which way that DW was going to go, so we ran back. It was kind of trying to hold. Is he coming around the pallet side towards the window, or is he coming around the wall side from, you know, the wall he was on with the pallet? And DW didn't hesitate, full sent it around the corner and caught Acid out. And Acid, we are going to see now we went from 2 taps to 0 taps. There are no more taps in this match. 3v1 with 3 gens left. We have 3 hooks. Again, for those of you keeping score at home, we need to see 8 hooks anyway. Any which way, 8 hooks will win this game. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Sorry. Yes, it is true. Sorry, yes, it is true. That changed. Okay, sorry, my brain is all over the place, Rob.
It's all good.
Because of the penalty, 8 hooks any which way will win the match. Before it was 8 hooks 3 fresh wouldn't have won the match. But now it will. So the penalty could come into play if they get 8 hooks 3 fresh as a final result. But otherwise, we need to hold the killer to 7 hooks. Sorry, my brain was... I realized I had made a slight miscalculation.
It happens, especially when there's penalties involved. It's completely understandable. But we're clear on the rules now. We understand what needs to happen, and everything's good from there. That being said, this is some pretty strong 3v1 pressure now. I mean, DW has been playing these chases really well. A lot of resources have been removed in, you know, select areas. And I mean, you know, all we got left right now at the moment, I was almost certain I was going to hit. You know, very, very nicely played there by Zaphis.
Wow.
That vault was just, you know, inches away from a hit. We will take the injury now. It's like,
I get hit on that. I'm just telling you, okay? I'm just saying that I get hit on that window vault. All right, I'm just saying.
I do too. Yeah. I'm a little bit jealous of Zaphis.
Zaphis has negative ping, so we're good.
Yeah, exactly. But lots of aura, let's be honest here. But you know, that was a really good vault there. Playing these check spots pretty well as well, taking it over to the God Filler and dropping this down. This is a pretty nice loop here. Also dodging out on the Dream Snare.
This is a strong loop. My goodness, I think it was the same as last time with the rock tile and the long wall here and the Ormond tile. But man, great. Okay, by the way, during this chase, Zaphis has been doing great, and 2 generators popped. The survivors are doing what they need to be doing now. The 3v1 made it harder, but survivors are rocking out the generators. Zaphis is DW says, you know what, Zaphis, I've had enough of you. I'm leaving.
Forcing DW to leave as well, by the way. I mean, we could be seeing some outs here, which would not only be really good for Seraph, but that could also increase the chances of meeting the win condition, which Seraph desperately needs at the moment. So I'm hoping for their sake that that's what happens. It's a little bit unlikely, I can't lie. Taking the tag, the medium fall is so unfortunate. Still being hindered by the Dream Snare, really, really bad. We do dodge that one, very nice to see.
Like, I feel like that was like a quarter second away from allowing the fastball, but the hinder just stayed on that extra last second, and we got that there. I think we might see Kenshi go down here because we're kind of zoned back into this dead tile with this is a fake pallet. Good pathing though. Oh, and Jaw, the body block, the linebacker. Get down, Mr. President. Jaw's coming in to run interference again. We're gonna take an M1 here. Zaphis only just got on that generator because I think Jaw and Zaphis were resetting. Now the question is, can Kenshi play this pallet and window as well? I should have opened my mouth.
So unfortunate. I mean,
as Zaphis did, unfortunately went down. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like, you know, DW learned from last time as well. He played that really well. And I mean, that's all you can really do, right? That pallet's gone now, so that very strong double loop setup right there is gone now, unfortunately, for the survivors of Seraph. But I mean, some really nice chases have been taken, and we've bought a lot of time for generator progress. We see one at about 30%, no pain resonance either. So yeah, that generator's not going to be affected at all.
Well, I think that was A, hook placement. I want the hook by my generators, and B, great pallet stun. And smash hit valve. We're out of here. Yeah.
The negative ping again strikes again.
Yeah. I don't know where Zaphis lives, but I think it might be inside Behavior Interactive. Anyways, So, yeah, I think that was partially, hey, I want to hook by my generators, and partially, I know you don't have a lot of gen progress yet, so I'm going to save my regression right now. So, we'll see how that goes. Oh no, but unfortunately, Kenshi unable to keep eyes on the killer there and get rid of that fake pallet, and we're going to go down again. I think we're going to get a hill hook here. Oh well,
Yeah,
nope.
yeah,
Okay.
that's not what
Make
you
me a
want right
liar,
now.
DW. Nope, basement
as
hook.
well. But I don't think that camping out Kenshi all the way would meet the win condition just yet. I think we'll need one or two more stages to meet that. But we're getting pretty close. If Team Seraph can really pull this out of the bag, that'd be really, really, really good for them because they need it. And you know, you can kind of tell that they understand that because they're playing this a lot better than the previous two matches or the previous two sets. They're playing this very well, very coordinated. They're staying in charge of what they need to do. Unfortunately, Zappis is going to take an injury here, but Smash Hit is ready to go. We do see the save coming in the basement as well. While DW is occupied, he is going to go back though, but I mean, great play so far.
This is rough though. The survivors are all injured, and the trouble is that oh no. Yeah, sorry, Jaw's gonna get hooked here. I was gonna say the survivors are all injured. The generators are really wow. The gen's got a lot of progress though. The gens are deep in this sort of main side of the map, and there's no.
That was a fake.
Left.
Wait, that was a fake.
That was a fake. That was a fake. So as things stand right now, though, we are sitting at 6 hooks, 3 fresh. So 1 more hook can be allowed. After that, I believe it is over. So we need to get the generator done. We need to get out the door, and we need to get it done without taking 2 more hook states.
Which is going to be very difficult, right? Because everyone's injured at the moment, and I mean, this generator is taking a long time to get completed. And I mean, like, we're also... No. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is bad. Kenshi's dead, though.
And Kenshi's dead.
Yeah, that's not good. That's pretty bad, actually. That will buy some time for Jaw to get out of the basement. But yeah, we're playing this very well as DW right now, making sure to keep a lot of pressure on the team here, and playing this TNL quite well. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think Seraph is going to be able to take the win here. This is looking really.
Game over.
Wait, we get the generator though. That's at least
but
something
hooking
good.
Zappis is the end. Hooking Zappis.
Yeah, no.
Like yes, survivors got the gens done. That's awesome, but. Zappis did. Zappis MVP here. Zappis played that phenomenally. Did a really, really good job as long as that they could. But we're in a 4K0 here. Really well played. But that is going to be a clean sweep for Ariandel. I mean, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I were a betting man, I would have put money on Ariandel over Seraph. But I was, again, deep down in my heart, I was hoping to see Seraph put up numbers. I want to say really well played again. If you look at where they, if you look at where they are on the leaderboard, this was on paper a lot. Rob, I'm taking us back. Because I want Seraph, if you watch this back, I want to say that you guys had a fantastic day. Ariandel played excellently. They're a great team, and you held them very close. We had 3 hooks to 5 hooks in our first game. We had a 4K. The second game, the Wraith wasn't so good, but again, that was because we were playing to a really, really hard win condition. And in this situation, we very, very nearly held below the 8 hooks we could do. So really well played by Seraph. Unfortunate for them, they're going to go now 0-8. Yeah. And we're going to see Ariandel now go 5-3 and really, really look forward to putting up a win in their last week. Next week will be our last, the last of our sort of round robin tournament, leading to the actual bracket tournament. So Ariandel getting this win is going to put them in a really strong position going into that as well.